In this game, Michał played white, Warren played black. We don't have photos of neither of the players, so we have two samurais fighting each other. The game starts with a Sezon invasion, then approach, black's pincer. This is a natural move, most common when the opponent approaches our corner enclosure. White jumped out, black kicked, and then white went down, which looks very natural, but then white's group becomes a bit heavy. It will be a bit difficult to manage it, so there is another move, more often recommended, which is this Hane, and when black plays here, we don't want to connect, this wouldn't make sense. This exchange is only helping black, so we don't want to connect. What can we do? We can, for example, play Atari and create a shape in this way. And well, the shape is very good. Shape of white is very good, but black gets a lot of points, and this way of playing is quite crude. We just erase all possible weaknesses in the opponent's shape. But it's not bad. White can play like this, and sometimes this is the best way of playing. But most often it's a bit suboptimal. And what is recommended after exchanging this Hane once, which is already useful, right? If we don't exchange, then black can play here and connect. And after the Hane, it's not very easy for black because when black plays here, there is still a possible Atari for white. So after this, we often see this peep. It's a Tesuji. If black answers in the most intuitive way, then white actually gets quite a good shape with this Atari and Hane. Or white can directly attach, and also black cannot take a big territory like in that variation, right? So what is often seen in Joseki after this move of white is either a bit different answer of black, which might lead to a bit different variations, or black might just decide to split white stones, ignoring white's shoulder hit, after which white can go into the corner a little bit and create a group on the right side. This is a Joseki. All right, but in the game we see this move, and I said that the group of white looks a bit heavy, but in fact, yeah, it's also possible to play like this. And Michał continued with this pincer, and I don't know what black should do. What should black do? It's possible theoretically to split white with this combination, but I think it's not very severe because white will connect on the outside, black will capture two stones, but white will get a very good outside influence. So, maybe this is not good. If we play here, there is a possibility for white to connect. For now, white can also play elsewhere. I am not sure. It's fascinating to me. I don't know. I believe that what White played is just a fine sequence. It's all good. Black played from the other side, and with this choice, I don't really agree because I believe that the fight is happening between these two groups, and we should play something related to this fight. Maybe this move, maybe this move, maybe this move which splits White, even though it gives White a strong outside. Maybe now we can wedge. Tap, tap. And what now? Well, now it looks better for black than that other variation, but maybe maybe still not bad for white. So how to continue? Maybe attach and later here. I don't know, but probably something connected with this fight. And that move let white create strength towards the bottom side, so the important direction. After this move, this Kosumi, we most often see also a Kosumi of white. And when white played here, black wedged, and there are weak points left in white's shape. So Kosumi is a stronger shape. Then black still added a move on the left side, and again, I would probably prefer to play something on the bottom. White attached, that's a bit crude. Maybe better to play here. Um, hmm. But all right, white just created a shape, and then I expected extension and extension. But instead, white played Hane, which is not common when we have a tiger's mouth, because then we invite our opponent to make our shape bad. This ABC becomes an empty triangle. But also fine for white, because white has time to capture that stone in the ladder. But more usual move for white would be an extension. Then black starts to use white's weakness. Yes, this makes sense. And this was very brave choice by black. Interesting. Difficult to judge, because then black splits white, but white splits black. White played this Kosumi. This Kosumi surprised me a bit. Usually we use a Kosumi when we don't want to lean on that group. We don't want to lean on it, so we play Kosumi. But now we do want to lean on it because it's anyway very, very strong. If black answers from this group, then we are very happy that we gained, that we got a few stones, useful stones in center. Maybe white was afraid that black doesn't answer, but then we can continue. And it's nice to get this A in center. Yeah, probably white thought that this push just will not be center and that Kosumi might care more about what happens on the bottom. Then black continued. And here white maybe played a bit not with not strongest moves. I don't know if it's possible to Kosumi. Sorry, to Hane. Very complicated variations after Hane, because black cuts us and we need to somehow not die. Might be a bit risky for white. But this move, oh, sorry, the move from the game, it was so painful when black enclosed white. So probably if we cannot play at A, then let's not play B and let black enclose us so comfortably. Better to connect underneath and wait. Just wait. Later you will play this move at A, unless your opponent now extends, but then at least you get center and you can play on the outside. Like this, white finished in got and black got all the useful moves. And black even split white. So it's even threatening the go down at k2. So from here on, the game became better for black. It was possible to Hane once. Probably better to Hane once, even though black can cut. Yeah, so this was a very bad result for white, and white should really simply connect. This try to be more active was in fact only helping black, and now white finished with a very bad shape. White needed to add a move on the bottom, and black gets the initiative on the outside. Black is very active from now on. Now black played something a little bit unexpected. This one, isn't it better to play from the right side to just get territory there? But black plays here and later leaves it, so that later white might get a chance to get into black's area on the right side. That's probably not best exchange by black. And also I think that this move might be worth it. White is not yet alive in the corner. White needs to add a move. If white doesn't add, in fact we had it in the game. With this exchange, black can kill white. Without this exchange, it doesn't quite work. Yeah, black played this, then invaded the corner. I think that white might consider a double Hane here to just take points, and I believe over-concentrate black a little bit. Ponuki right next to this extension, not the most efficient placement of stones. Now C10 should be certainly at some other spot of the board. It's not an ideally placed stone. White extended though, it's also normal. And black cuts. Maybe black would cut also here. So Warren plays very actively in this game. And yeah, it paid off, I believe. It was quite well working for black. The ladder doesn't work. Maybe it's possible for white to do a bit of preparation later. White might be able to capture a stone of black, the stone of black, but if black plays on the other side, then we can continue. Yeah, but like this, it was easy for black to go out. And as a result, white needs to take care to live, but then, yeah, black is all the game very active. And even though here black maybe made a little bit of a mistake because in the end black lost, black died with a chain of 8 stones. Still, he got a compensation in the form of capturing these 6 stones in center. So well played by black also. Yeah. So in the end, yeah, white gets a chance to get into black's area. Maybe black can play here, unless now black wants to cut. Ah, black does. Okay. So black gets all this area. All right. So the game looks very good for black, and in the end, it was a big difference. Yeah, very well played by black. Maybe this was a bit of a direction of play mistake, what black did here. Then a brave choice. Maybe white should have played like this. Then all these complications which appeared afterwards in the game would not be there. So maybe this move was just too risky, and then white made here big mistakes. Unfortunately, this sequence led to white being split. So we cannot allow it. From now on, the game was very difficult for white. All right, I think this is it about this game. And we will go to the next one. Yeah.